Hello. This is another day, another wonderful time to spend with you, the audience. I'm so grateful for another day. So grateful for another 5 to 10 minutes that I have to spend with you to talk about graceful character, in which we have put a twist of making or talking about healthy food eating. It's really a wonderful time to always want to talk about graceful character. We started this grateful character by looking into what a leadership role should really be. We wanted to not just we wanted to, but through this medium, through this exercise, we just want to speak truth to power. We want to talk to the government. We want to talk to people in authority. We want to be able to communicate our, should I say, our grievances, or we want to be able to communicate with our authorities, with people in authority, to ensure that they are doing their job, they are following due process to ensure that the population is well taken care of, and everything that is needed to make for a good living environment is put in place. So today we're continuing in our talk on graceful character using the scenario that we started on, the scenario of having a chef in a restaurant. You have the waiter, then you have the hungry customer. Although sometimes the customer might not really be desperately hungry, but let's just put it as an hungry customer. So yesterday we did look more into what a chef does, or who a chef is, what the duty of a chef is, what the chef is actually looking forward to achieve. We briefly talked on those yesterday, and we're going to continue in the conversation today briefly to talk more, on the duties of the chef, the assistance that the chef needs, and how it is put in place. We did mention, something about diet, which is avocado. We talked briefly on the importance of having an avocado in your meal. So today, thank you once again for joining me to talk about leadership, to talk about graceful character, to speak truth to power. So it's really an interesting thing that we have created this scenario of a chef, a waiter, and an hungry customer. So going on, moving forward, let's take a sip of our tea today. My nicely made 1 PG tea. Very nice, very calming and invigorating. So going further, on where we stopped yesterday, mentioning that the chef is, providing a service to the hungry customer so that the hungry customer's needs are met. He intends to satisfy, or he or she as a chef intends to satisfy the hungry customer, and also intend to ensure that the hungry customer continue the patriotism of his service, and not just a one-time thing, come eat, go, and never comes back. So for the chef to have a continuation of service provision, his service must be perfect, or must be on top form, must be worth coming back for, so to say. And you know, I did mention that after we analyze the roles of the chef, the waiter, the hungry customer, we should be able to now determine which character is actually the government, or the the population, or the citizen that the government is serving. So is the government both the chef and the waiter, or is the government the waiter and the customer? We should be able to, at the end of these explanations, be able to kind of pinpoint who is who. But I know that a lot of you probably already know who is who, or who is supposed to be who, so to say. So, as we were saying, the chef is rendering service to ensure that the customer keeps the patriotism, the hungry customer is satisfied, because patriotism will only continue if satisfaction is met, right? So the chef carrying out his duty is meant to be an expert in the area of concern, which is in the area of food preparation, in the area of, you know, culinary, in the area of ensuring that the right preparation is done for every food, or for a particular set of food, or the right preparation is done for the type of cuisine that the chef is an expert in. So a chef could be an expert in different types of cuisine. It could be in Mediterranean cuisine. It could be in the Western cuisine, or in African cuisine. You know, so the chef, you know, I mean, could have his specialty in different type of cuisine, or perhaps in all the cuisine. Yeah. And it is worth noting. So let's now talk about the waiter. So the waiter, why would we need a waiter, or why would a restaurant need a waiter? Since they already have a chef that is doing the cooking, or that is doing the preparation, or is the head of the kitchen and of a restaurant, it's important to have a waiter that will take the order of the customers. The waiter is like the middleman between the chef and the customer. The waiter, you know, ensures that the customer is comfortable at the table. The customer is comfortable. The customer's menu, or the customer's interest in the cuisine is accepted or taken by the waiter, and you know, delivered to the chef, to the head of the kitchen, to ensure that what the customer's need is properly or appropriately communicated with the chef. So the waiter is a person that ensures comfortability of the customer, ensuring that the environment is in proper order, is in the appropriate order, is in the spec that the chef expects an environment for his customer to be. So the waiter is a strong middleman that must be Also, expert in his field must be trained in the field of providing that comfort or being an intermediary or a mediator between the chef and uh, the the chef and the and the customer. So the waiting staff, um, they're kind of attending to customers by supplying them, with food and drink as requested, um, ensuring that they follow maybe the menu. They follow what the menu states or stipulates, and ensure that, okay, if whatever that is needed by the customer to be comfortable is conveyed through the waiter to the chef. Yeah, and that is that's brilliant, to have a waiter that works with the chef to assist the chef in providing an excellent service to the customers. And a waiter has to follow the rules of the chef, because he's working on behalf of the chef, is working for the chef, is working with the chef. So he has to follow the rules and guidelines that is determined by the head of the kitchen, which is the chef. So the waiter carries out, many different tasks as well, such as, polishing the dishes and the silverware, and helping to bust the tables, ensuring that, customers are seated appropriately, entertaining patrons, and restocking working stations with needed supplies, and handing out bills. Yes. So the waiter takes orders, food running, entertaining patrons, restocking working stations with needed supplies, and handing out, bills. So the work of the waiter is not taken lightly. It's very, very important, and it's always, a good thing or a brilliant thing to have the waiter working with a chef. So because the waiter waits on the table, it's part of the service sector that is provided, by the chef. And in the world, there are currently about 2.2 million people employed as servers in the country, in US. And many restaurants, use the services of a waiter, and they choose a specific uniform, Right. So our time is running, and this is meant to be just 5 to 6 minutes, and I know I've exceeded the time. So we will continue with this lovely nugget time tomorrow, as we continue with looking further into what the waiter is, or who the waiter is, and how the waiter works in partnership with the chef to ensure satisfaction of the hungry customer. And I remember that I gave us a little insight into health, which is having one avocado a day at least is important. That avocado is fiber, but it's also known as a healthy fat, because it does have carbohydrates as well. So it's important to have an understanding of your daily food intake. The quantity, the quality is very important. And ensuring one avocado a day is good, but I will tell us more subsequently the quantity of avocado to take. Um, Avocado, like I mentioned yesterday, being a fiber is very good for your colon. And your colon has tenants, like I said yesterday, the microbiomes. Studies have shown the importance of avocado in enhancing the microbiome of the colon. It's important that you support your gut system to provide good environment for the microbiota in your colon. Like I said, you don't only have um, the colonocytes, you don't only have the cells of your colon, you have microorganisms that are existing, microbiota existing in your colon as well. And it's not just in our colon, all parts of our body, most parts of our body have microorganisms that are existing, and those microorganisms are there for a reason, which we will talk on further in our subsequent series of discussion. So thank you for today, and I hope that you've had an avocado today. Thank you, and have a good day. See you tomorrow. Cheers. Thank you.